We're up in the loft. Up in the loft. We're up in the loft.
Hello, and welcome to Up in the Loft, the show that bridges the gap between young and old with riveting and deep thought conversation, underlined by many musical delights whilst we also get a little bit drunk. I'm your host, Jake Baronoff.
Baronoff.
And sat in front of me is a man who is excited to be drinking more red wine and never heard of ASMR. It's Grandpa.
It's Grandpa.
Hello, Grandpa. How are you?
I'm excited to be drinking more wine,
Yes.
but also to learn what you've just said the letters for.
ASMR.
ASMR.
And
Sounds good to me.
over in the tone zone, making all of those ominous noises already, is the Cola Kapuriko, otherwise known by Andy Colville.
It's Andy Corville. Also known as the Cola Kapuriko.
Thank you. As you're probably wondering why we talking like this already, and this is because this week's episode is all about ASMR. So let's take a look and see what we've coming up in today's show. Grandpa loses it over farts. I eat a bowl of cereal. And Andy goes to the shops.
I wanted to look for a new pair of trousers.
So as always, we must start with the most important thing, which is Grandpa. What are we drinking this week?
Thought you'd never ask.
Mm.
Well, this week we're drinking something from Spain.
Ooh.
It's called El Bombero.
El Bombero.
That sounded a bit French, didn't it?
It
But it's not. It is definitely Spanish.
Almost sounds Mexican.
And even the bottle looks lovely.
Show that up to
Would
the
you
camera.
like to see?
That's a very royal looking bottle.
It looks lovely. Now-
Just like you today, Grandpa.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I just want to note, I really like that jumper and shirt combo. You look very dapper.
Oh, thank you.
No worries.
And I like the way your beard looks.
It's had a shave. And also, whilst we're at it, giving compliments, Andy, your leopard print shirt looks fantastic.
He looks as if he's ready for Strictly.
Yes.
Right, I'm going to have a go at this cork.
Before you pop it, Grandpa, because before you do it, this is obviously the most important cork because this is all about noises and ASMR. So this is officially our first noise, so let's hear it.
Here we go. You heard that, did you?
That was delightful. If that sent a little tingle down your neck, then...
And now the next noise you hear will be Grandpa pouring his 5th glass of wine
It's
of
true.
the evening.
It's true.
Beautiful.
I took a long time sitting here doing nothing. Anyone who knows show business knows that things go on whilst us stars have just to sit and do nothing.
Go for that pour, Grandpa. Get that right in the mic. That sounds fantastic. I know you forgot your pourer, but it almost sounds better without it. Now we can hear it with the pourer. Oh, it's because it's in the other bottle of wine that's already open.
This is the other bottle.
Now we've got some variety of the two different noises.
I will now pour a glass for our host.
Ah, thank you. Get it up in the mic.
Oh, it sounds good, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. That's the noise of delicious red liquid going into a glass. Thank you very much.
I will now pour a glass for our lovely Andy.
Thank you.
He's not even a musician anymore. He's just the lovely Andy.
The lovely...
Speaking
Andy.
of lovely Andy, that music's lovely.
I'm trying to play the most Minecraft-esque music I can find.
I believe it.
Oh.
There we go. We've got some tasty pours there. Well,
Thank
we
you
go.
very much.
Let's go for a cheers, boys.
Let's cheers.
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 Cheers to all.
The up in the loft glass.
Classic. Here we go.
Ah.
Oh, that is
that's
really
better.
good. So the other bottle of wine that we'd opened was the least favourite bottle of wine we've ever had. However, this one, it's warm,
Good.
it's fruity. There's a little bit of a spice to it almost. That is delicious. El Bombero 2019.
El Bombero.
Mm.
The other wine, I'm afraid Jake didn't like very much. So
We won't say what that one
Grandad
is.
stepped in and drank his share.
Yeah, he did. I had to finish my
I
glass.
I do like to look, but Andy helped me as well.
Mm.
Andy
Always
and
gonna
I
help you.
didn't do too badly.
No.
So, Grandpa, ASMR. I'm going to give you the, because you've obviously never heard of this before. I'll give you the, I'll tell you what ASMR actually stands for.
That would be
I'm gonna-
quite useful, actually.
I'm going to read this because I
Right.
don't want to get this wrong. So it's
Right.
Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response.
That sounds deadly serious.
Well, it's not, let me tell you. It's a tingling sensation that typically begins on the scalp and moves down the back of the neck and the upper spine. A pleasant form of paresthesia, and it's been compared with auditory tactile synesthesia, and may overlap with frisson, which we learnt frisson meant, I have to look again because I've now forgotten what frisson meant. Frisson meant a sudden strong feeling of excitement, fear or thrill. So it's all about, it can be triggered from noise or visually, but it is effectively gives you a nice warm tingly sensation. So it could be voices, it could be the sound of the sea, it could be cracking pasta, it could be anything.
This is what they play to young babies, don't they, to calm them, like the noise of whales.
Yeah,
or
that's
the
why
noise
Andy
of the
listens to it
sea.
when he falls asleep.
Every night.
Yeah,
It's true,
It's-
don't you,
I
Andy?
actually do.
Every night.
I wouldn't be able to sleep with it. Well, I mean, I probably would. It would just take me a lot longer.
Tell us, as a because really, the
Well,
reason we're doing this is because of you. You
as
love
an
your ASMR. Tell
Avid
us.
listener. I mean, there's different kinds of ASMR. So you can have whispering. You can have ones with ambient music over the top, actually. They're some of my favourites. But personally, my utmost favourite would just be soft-spoken, something relaxing, like a little story.
Why don't you give us a little story, Andy? Give us a short story
A short story.
by Andy Colville.
Well, one day, I was walking quite slowly towards the shops. Now, the shops hadn't long been open since we came out of our first lockdown. And I wanted to look for a new pair of trousers. So I slowly walked between each aisle and approached what I thought were shorts at first, but they were actually a really small pair of trousers. And then I decided that they probably weren't my size, so I moved along to another pair of trousers.
What a story. What a story. See, that sent Grandpa to sleep.
There you go.
Are you listening still, or are you asleep?
How?
I'm in a hypnotic state.
So they say that ASMR can be hard to describe, and it is quite a difficult thing to describe, but ultimately it is a pleasant, tingling sensation which is triggered by different sounds and images. It's a strange phenomenon which is still being analysed. Oh my god, I can't say that. Analysed.
Analysed.
Oh my God.
Analysed.
Analysed and explored to this day. So some people refer to ASMR as a brain massage. That's because it obviously stimulates your brain in a nice way that gives you a tingly feeling. Now,
Yeah, I can understand that.
you can see that. Obviously, Grandpa has only got half his hearing, so I wonder whether ASMR works for you or not.
I don't think it does, but then things change, and experiences that I've had recently since being up in the loft have changed my opinion on so many different things.
I'll take that as a compliment.
That it's absolutely. And so I have a very open mind. I mean, I never thought up till this moment that a sound would have any effect on me, and it certainly wouldn't make me tingle.
No. Well, you really, I mean, I know these headphones, and mine and Andy's headphones are good headphones that give you all the frequencies you need to hear. And when you've got that low bass, like in the voices, obviously, if you're listening to this with good headphones,
Bass, yes.
and you're hearing those high, and you get right up in the ear. And in fact, actually, whispering is one of the biggest things.
Whisper.
Like a really gentle, Grandpa gave us a whisper. A calm whisper.
When you think
Calmer whisper. You're grumbling.
I'm not grumbling. I am whispering in a very deep voice.
Snoke has come back.
And perhaps I will try and hypnotize those who are listening. Listen to me. I am talking directly to your brain waves. I am calming you. I am the sound of beauty. Just think of beautiful scenes. I hope I am conjuring up these scenes in your thought process. Is that what you mean, darling?
That is honestly,
Perfect.
for someone out there, that's going to do the job. Seriously, I was listening to that going, oh, that sounds very nice.
Delightful.
So I'm going to ask you, Grandpa. I'm going to tell you actually.
You tell me, darling. You tell me.
You yourself enjoy watching something that is considered one of the biggest staples of ASMR. So the actual term of ASMR was only come about in 2010. However, there is a TV program that's existed since the 80s. Not made to this day. It's one of the most famous TV shows for ASMR because people watch it. In fact, I watch it for this very reason, that it sounds wonderful. Can you guess what it is? You watch it.
Do I?
I'll give you.
Give us a clue.
I'll give you a
us a
clue. There might be paintbrushes involved.
Oh, is my favourite Ross.
Mr. Bob Ross.
Oh, curly head Ross. I
So-
was watching it the other evening,
Yeah.
as you know.
Yeah.
If ever I'm feeling in a low mood, I look for Bob Ross's programs and I watch him grow a picture on the screen. And believe you me, those of you who have never watched it, please give it a try. You will find it will relax you and you will feel so happy as you watch this picture explode on the screen. And he does it so easily and he tells you what to do and his voice is magic. Yes, I do agree.
So
And I as I said at the beginning, I didn't think this would work for me, but Bob
Ross
does it for me.
So one of the things that was so iconic about that TV show, obviously the noises, is they actually used to have a microphone that was behind the easel, so in the center of the canvas. So you'd hear all those and all those little all those noises that are so wonderful to listen to.
Yeah, I mean he goes with a brush
and you hear it.
Yes, do it. Whatever you want to do, just do
I'm
it.
just going to paint a happy little
because
cloud.
I'm going to make a happy little cloud and I'm going to do a tree. And it doesn't matter where you put the tree. You put the tree where you want a tree. And I'm going to put a little tree here. And I think it needs a little bigger one beside it. And there we go.
And it just appears.
It's as simple as that. You do what you want to do. It's your painting. Oh, he's
wonderful.
A delight.
He is wonderful. And those noises, if you listen with good headphones on as well, it will send you to a world of calmness and tranquility.
That's another. You see, I've learnt tonight. I hadn't realised that what he was doing with his painting was the sound that was affecting me.
Well, this sounds they would without you realising, because and to be honest with you, really, I don't know if you agree with this, Andy. To an element of degree, you could say that music is.
Yeah, no, it definitely is.
Because
people use music to, children that have anyone of any age that has is like a person with special educational needs. The music, especially soft music like this, can just help to calm the mind.
I'll tell you another good example: the M&S advert. Actually, Andy, keep playing what you're playing. And here we go. Are you ready for this? This isn't just any delicious fudge cake. This is M&S delicious fudge cake. And that's all they need. They need that nice, soft voice, and that sells it for you because it's ASMR. It makes you go, "Ooh, I feel the warmth."
This is something that is very personal to me. You both know that Marianne had dementia and she lived in a home, and she was, to start with, very, very, very depressed and inward looking. And after, I think, 2 to 3 weeks, someone said, "Well, why don't you take her down to the music group?" I took her down to the music group. This is when we could go into homes and be with our loved ones and work with them. And I took her down and we sat down, and there was a chap who'd come in, and as soon as he started to play the piano and there was a tune, she smiled, she was tapping, and she was back. She was back. And at that time, her son walked in at the same time, and the two of us looked and thought, yeah, she's back to normal. She was thoroughly enjoying the music. And it was like magic. It was like magic.
Yeah.
Absolute magic. And yeah.
It's a powerful
thing.
thing.
Made me feel a bit sort of teary, but it was a magic moment.
It's amazing what music can do. Because it pulls people together.
Absolutely.
It's so powerful, and that is a level of ASMR because that's immediate enjoyment.
Also, the best thing with music is it's not sort of halted by any language barriers.
No.
So you can go to anywhere and you can communicate. If you're able to play an instrument, or even if you just like listening to a certain type of music, you can connect to people that can't speak a word of your language.
Absolutely.
And yes,
I mean, I can't play a musical instrument, but I can sing.
Exactly.
And I thoroughly enjoy singing.
That brings you enjoyment.
And I'm so delighted that we might even be able to sing in
choir.
church up until Christmas. And this has given me a great lot of joy.
So back onto ASMR, I just wanted to find out exactly how many, but there's 5.2 million ASMR videos on YouTube.
Really?
I mean, ASMR is one of the biggest things in the internet craze right now. Everyone wants to hear something. So we thought, how about we produce some ASMR sounds? How does that sound?
That sounds great.
That sounds magic.
We're now going to have a mystical change.
Oh, mystical change.
And everything's going to be wonderful. Here we go.
Oh,
mystery.
Let's change.
Ah, magical. Andy's now moved. Give us a wave, Andy, from the back. Oh, there he is. He's moved. So, as you can see, we have a tea cloth in the way, and we have some wonderful things underneath it. Andy, would you like to pull away at the curtain? What's underneath? Oh,
wow!
A myriad of noisy things. Ooh. So what we're going to do, between you two, well, I've got a few noisy things as well, but between the two of you, we're going to make some noises. So I'm going to take all 3 of our microphones out, and we're going to go to just noises alone. So get yourself strapped in for some wonderful ASMR lovely noises. Take it away, Andy. the noise of crunching pasta. Actually, give us a piece. This is one of the best noises. Here we go. You ready? Hear that? That's the cracking pasta. And now, onto scrunching plastics. That's nice. That's very nice. And now on to mineral stones. That's nice. I'm going to go for one. Right, I'm going to go for one. I especially brought something for this one because I think it's the best noise in the world. Nothing's greater than the bowl of Rice Krispies. Just got to get my Rice Krispies out. We'll go for a packet opening. Here we go. You ready? Yum. Now for the best bit, because you don't get that snap, crackle and pop without no milk. Here we go. Right, one more mouthful. Back over to the noise table. And now we have the sound of water being transferred from glass to glass. And back again. Ah, that sounds delicious. Why don't you, Grandpa, give us a little shake of those black peppercorns?
Oh, I'd love to. I'd love to shake a peppercorn. I use them when I'm cooking and I shake them when I'm happy. Oh, it's making me feel very happy now to listen to the peppercorn shaking.
Well, Andy's going to take it one step further and he's going to mortar and pestle them. He's just whacking it. Go on, Andy. He's lost it. Andy's lost it. some crunches. He can't crunch it. That wasn't real. Get it right in the mic. That's it. Right, we've just discovered that Andy can't mortal and pepper. Okay. Well, here's another one for you. Now you're about to listen to the noises of hairy slime. I don't know why there's hair on it. Here we go. This one's a good one. Are you ready for this one? Here we go. Look at him. We've reduced a grown man to tears over a bloody fart noise. Let's keep going. Here we go. It's all about getting the air in it. He's gone. I'm going to do some good ones. Here we go.
Oh, I'm a kid at heart.
It's the simple things in life. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I want to have a squelch, Andy. I'll give you the mic up. There we go.
Oh, there's something nice about that.
Oh yeah, do the old stretch.
Oh,
I'm going to finish my cereal.
may I make a comment? When I was doing pantomime, that was a very important part of scenes in the pantomime. I mean, the noise that it made and the mess that it made and the fun that we had making pies and things with it. It was absolutely a joy to watch the audience. And it was one of those moments when you could ad-lib completely. The more the laughter occurred, the more you played up to it. And to have an absolute bucket full of that stuff wafting around the stage. The only trouble was the stage manager used to have an absolute fit. But before the scene, he used to lay down plastic on the ground just in case there was a problem, so that for the next scene, all he had to do is roll up the plastic and carry on.
That's the best way to do it.
It was absolutely amazing. I loved it. It was one of my joys in pantomime.
Well, one of my joys of the stage is something as a technician that you come across a lot of the time, which is electrical tape.
Ooh.
And let me tell you, for the joys of ASMR, it doth down sound good.
It doth down sound good. What?
Here we go. I'm gonna give you a tape roll. Are you ready for this? Here we go. You want to hear that again? Want to hear that again, do you? Here we go. I mean that. It was the initial zoosh, and it sounds nice. I think that's all my sounds.
Yeah.
You got any more sounds over there, Andy?
But I can honestly say that having been on a film set, when all these tapes and things were happening, these were the noises you heard.
Yeah,
It was
just tape, gaffer tape.
absolutely
And,
amazing.
yeah.
Amazing.
Oh, it doesn't crack like the last one did.
Can you guess what that is?
Probably not.
That is the top. That is the silver bit on the top of the bottle of wine.
Yeah, I'd guess that.
And that's Grandpa pouring himself another glass.
Another tasty glass.
Oh.
Let's get creative. That's the noises of a rock and some metal.
Ooh.
Well, as riveting as that sounds, it pains me to say this, but we have come towards the end of our show.
Oh dear.
I'm going to ask everyone how they're feeling. Grandpa, after your wine and ASMR noises, how do you feel?
I am feeling so relaxed after the wine and the sounds, and what I have learnt this evening is absolute magic. And I hope everyone who is listening to or watching this particular program will have enjoyed it as much as I have.
Are your ears tingling?
My ears are tingling, my brain is buzzing with activity, and my body is ready for what happens next.
It's going to be pie and chips in a minute.
Absolutely. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Andy, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling absolutely relaxed. And particularly after...
Andy's just gone to sleep.
After handling the slime, I feel like my hands should probably be washed. Because although they don't smell too bad, they do feel quite oily.
Oily.
Yeah.
Oily.
Oily.
Quite oily and a little bit hairy.
Well,
Absolutely.
that's a first. I'm gonna ask on a final play out. Grandpa, I want one sentence whispered, the best sentence that you can possibly whisper. Go.
I am a very happy old codger.
Andy, one delicately whispered sentence.
When you go to sleep tonight, I just want you to think of this sound.
Well, that actually ties in because I was going to say my sentence is going to be thank you very much for listening and watching. Make sure you follow us on all the social medias. And to play us out is Andy with the fart slime.
In C minor.